Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to Astrology with Georgie. In this video we are going to be discussing today's new moon in the sign of Gemini, the general energy of the new moon and what it means for your sign. Before I get into the video, if you would like your own personal chart read, I do a variety of readings. Please take a look at my website, which is linked, and do contact me if you would like your own chart read. Also, if you get some value from this, please give the video a thumbs up so it gets pushed to those that need it the most. Drop a comment because this helps the algorithm, so really appreciate any comments, likes and shares of the video as well. Make sure you watch the intro, no skipping, because we need to talk about the general energy before you get to your sign. And then of course you can skip to your sun, your moon and your rising sign. A rising sign will always be the most accurate. That is how horoscopes are written. But of course your sun will be relevant, and then possibly your moon as well. And you can combine all three. So I hope everyone is doing well under this new moon energy. I'm sorry I'm a bit late with this. I really just kind of got lost track of time. And it was yesterday I suddenly realised that the new moon was basically last night. I'm in England. So for me, the new moon was the early hours of Tuesday morning, today being Tuesday. For some reason I thought it was later in the week, so we lost track of time there, but here we are. It's the day of the new moon. If you are in time zones behind me, America-ish, this would have happened on the 26th for you. We are now into the 27th. However, with new moons, these things unfold over 2 weeks. So, it doesn't matter if you're watching this video in a few days' time, you can kind of still see kind of the vibe. New moons turn into full moons. So this new moon in 2 weeks' time will turn into a full moon. And in 6 months' time, it will turn into a full moon in the sign of Gemini. So it's always kind of relevant. Even if you're watching moon videos kind of days before or days after, don't worry. It doesn't have to be something exactly happening on that day. Now, we are in Gemini season. Of course, a new moon is when the moon comes to meet the sun. So whichever season we're in, we're always going to have a new moon in that sign. We are in Gemini season. How's everyone doing? Typically, a new moon in Gemini is going to bring up themes, obviously associated with Gemini energy. So you may notice or have noticed over the past week, over the past few days, and as Gemini season continues, themes around fresh ideas, curious. You might actually be feeling very mentally active, and this is something I've been personally experiencing a lot. Your mind might be in overdrive, and you might keep having sudden light bulb moments and ideas coming to you. Maybe when you're lying in bed at night, you might have certain ideas come, because Gemini is all about curiosity and it's learning, and so different ideas might flash into your head, and it's up to you to decide which ideas are actually useful and which ideas are just kind of floating around in the abyss. So Gemini is a curious sign. It's a sign associated with connection. So Gemini season, for a lot of you, not all of you, because this is where your personal charts come in, but for a lot of you, you just may see more social connections, more opportunities for mingling, socializing, for communicating, opportunities when it comes to writing, to learning, to reading, to social media. Gemini is associated with information, and information is a key word for Gemini. So you just may notice, and this is Gemini season in general, new information coming your way, or the desire to learn something new, the desire, your mind might be more inquisitive, you could be more curious, and those social interactions are going to get maybe a bit busier since we've come out of Taurus season. If you are a water sign rising though, then Gemini will be on a sensitive house for you. So the socialness may be not the same for everybody, but we're going to come into the kind of the personal aspects when we move on to the signs. But the new moon itself is happening at 6 degrees. So this is a Virgo degree. This is giving the new moon kind of themes around perfecting something, working on something, working towards something, themes around health, themes around details in some way. So it's got that kind of Virgo edge to it around craft, skill, perfection, but also service, being of service to other people in some way. Now the new moon is actually very well supported. It's a really nice full moon. Now obviously Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So like I said, this can be kind of a bit of a mentally active time. And so there can be some overthinking around this energy. So if you are finding that you're overthinking, your thoughts are running away with you, that's just completely normal. It can be quite an anxious sign. If you've been feeling a bit more anxious than usual, then it's the Gemini energy. So that's just something to be aware of, especially as Mercury has now moved into Gemini as well, and Mercury rules our thoughts. It's all these ideas, a million miles an hour, but that can actually cause a bit of anxiety. So try and lay off the caffeine if you can, which might help. And journaling and breath work are really, really good under Gemini energy, because Gemini rules the lungs. So singing, breath work, meditation, but also journaling, because Gemini rules writing. This is a really good way to help you if you are suffering with those more negative displays of the Gemini energy. Now, I'm going to read so 6 degrees, this is the first decan of Gemini. I'm going to read the tarot card associated with this, and then we're going to talk about the aspects to the new moon. Now, the first decan of Gemini is associated with the 8 of Air, or the 8 of Swords tarot card. It's an air sign. The air signs are the air cards, or the sword cards in tarot, are all about our intellect, our thoughts, how we think. So I'm going to read you the affirmation from my Good Tarot book, and then we'll talk about the aspects to the new moon. So 8 of Air, it says release from denial, seeing things as they are, and clarity. With spirit at my side encouraging me, I open my eyes to see things as they really are. To be disillusioned is to free myself from illusions that keep me from the growth and healing I deserve. So I bid goodbye to illusions that have clouded my vision. Honesty gives me strength and courage to face whatever I have to face. So it's kind of saying that, maybe you're thinking about a situation and something is coming to you, and actually you're having a realization that you're actually, like it says, seeing things as they really are and not burying your head in the sand, so to speak. Gemini is, it is that sense of thinking and thinking and thinking. We're thinking about how we feel under this new moon. It's not a really emotional one. I don't know about you guys. Let me know how you've been feeling under this energy, but it's not especially an emotional one. It's I'm thinking a lot, and there's a lot of thoughts involved, which can sometimes be kind of draining in itself. And obviously new moons are the lowest energy of the month. So if you are feeling tired, then, you're not alone. It's the new moon. Your energy will build as we kind of move forward into the next week. Now, a new moon is the start of something. It's a new beginning. It's planting seeds. Gemini is our thoughts, our learning, our ideas. So there can be a new idea. There can be a new conversation. There can be a new opportunity when it comes to writing or learning or teaching. A new opportunity when it comes to information in some way. Now, the new moon itself is, like I said, it's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is present in its own sign. So actually, this kind of puts even more emphasis on the Gemini themes that I have just mentioned. There's no other signs in that sense involved. It's all about information, connection. Mercury is associated, like I said, with writing, blogging, social media, connecting with other people. Mercury is the messenger. So there's lots of, quite literally, it can be messages, toing and froing, conversations going around, meetings, TV. Now, the new moon itself is kind of conjunct Uranus. Mercury is especially conjunct Uranus. So there can be a flash of a breakthrough or a flash of insight, or something unexpected can come out of the blue, definitely. But the new moon is trining Pluto. So whatever this new beginning is for you, bearing in mind new moons are always something happening. It's the start of something, and it can just be something small. For example, it can just be an example. My family members today are going to the cinema. It's a new moon in Gemini. They're going to the cinema to watch a film. Something so simple like that, but it's very Gemini. You're taking on information, you're going into your local community, and you're watching a film. So something like that could be happening. But for some of you, if you have placements around 6 degrees, then it can be something a little bit more relevant and a little bit more kind of important in your life than just, going to the cinema. But the trine to Pluto is suggesting that whatever's starting here, there's potential for transformation. There's potential for something to grow here. again, this can be really relevant to some of you, or it might not be that relevant. Again, it might just be something small. But if it's something big starting in your life, or something that is important, then you are getting a lot of support here from the outer planets, because the trine to Pluto is saying, yes, we want to transform, we want to bring transformation, maybe being of service to whatever this new beginning is. It can involve a large group of people because of the trine to Pluto in Aquarius. So it can be involving the collective or a larger group of people. Then we've got the sextile to both Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn is kind of grounding this in a way, because new moons, sometimes they can be emotional, sometimes they can feel overwhelming. And obviously we spoke about the anxiety piece, but with the sextile to Saturn, that's actually going to be grounding that a bit. Sextile is a positive aspect. You're being assisted by the planet that is grounding you. Saturn has just moved into Aries, which is the sign that it's in its fall. But a sextile is suggesting that whatever this new beginning is, it's about asking you, maybe doing something impulsively as well because of the Aries piece, to take responsibility for something. Or maybe you're having an opportunity come to you, and the opportunity is something where you have to be responsible and you have to work for something in some way. The sextile to Neptune is also bringing a piece of, okay, this is kind of something that is going to be creative, or it's something that is going to help you lead with compassion, or it can be something that is a dream of yours, and maybe a dream of yours is coming true, or a dream of yours is brewing, or a fantasy is brewing in some way. So you've got support from all of these outer planets. Jupiter is still in Gemini as well, and this is actually the last new moon that we're going to have with Jupiter in this sign. And although it's not conjunct, it is a sign-based conjunction, which means when the planet is in the same sign, it doesn't have to be conjunct by degree, but if it's in the same sign, we can say it's a sign-based conjunction. Jupiter is here bringing you opportunities in the Gemini section of your chart, and the new moon and Mercury being here too is offering something here, offering a new beginning with a lot of support from the outer planets. So it's a really nice new moon. If we take away the kind of overthinking and take away the anxiety piece, which may be relevant, the new moon itself, the beginning of something, the start of something, is very pleasant. So I think we can be kind of happy about this, and then whatever unfolds over the next 2 weeks, over the next 6 months, has got a lot of support. Obviously, I'm saying this in a very generic way because it depends on your own personal charts. So now we're going to move in through the signs. Obviously listen to your rising sign first for the most literal description, and then listen to your sun and your moon. Let me know in the comments what's been going on for you this week, what's happening today. Today is the day of the new moon, so maybe something's happened, maybe something's occurred. Do let me know in the comments. And also, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Aries, sun, moon and rising, you are experiencing this new moon in the sign of Gemini in your 3rd house. Obviously you guys have the natural house system, so the things that I mentioned in the intro are going to be more relevant and more specific to you, because Gemini and 3rd house are similar. So there's something starting here, or something can happen today around 3rd house topics. For example, you guys might be the ones, maybe you are going to the cinema, maybe you're going to watch a film, maybe you are starting something out, maybe you're starting a blog, maybe you're starting a piece of writing, maybe you are signing a contract, maybe you are having an important conversation with somebody, maybe you are traveling somewhere, a local trip, maybe you're going to your local town, maybe you are going to the next town down the road, maybe you're getting a new car, or there's a new mode of transport. There's something here that's just to do with how you connect, how you communicate. There could be a new beginning for your siblings, there could be a new beginning in terms of your uncles, aunts, cousins. But the Mercury piece here suggests that there's a conversation, or there's a contract, or there is a meeting of some kind, and you are doing something very Gemini. Maybe you're working with the hands, maybe you're watching something, maybe you're taking on information, maybe you're learning something, maybe you're studying, maybe you're taking a course. And really it's a positive new beginning for you, and you're having a trine with Pluto. So this is about helping you reach your goals for the future. Or maybe you're doing something with a group of friends, and that's the trine to Pluto part of it. Now, you've had a card jump out, which is the Two of Earth. I mean, this is kind of very Gemini, because you're weighing up your options. Gemini is the sign of duality. There's options here. So you've got to think about which option is right for you. I'm going to read you the positive affirmation for the Two of Earth. And also, I just want to mention, you guys have got a big year coming up, because Saturn is now in your sign. Saturn is sextiling this new moon. So whatever this new beginning is around your mind, and that's one other thing I want to mention, the third house is your mind. So it can be a new beginning in how you think. Maybe you're having a breakthrough in, again, like that first tarot card said, if you watch the intro, the Eight of Air, having a breakthrough in how you think, a new positive attitude possibly, or learning to think about things in a new way, especially with the conjunction to Uranus as well, tying in pieces, maybe what's important to you, what do you value, and a new start in how you think is possible. So Two of Earth, pleasurable work, adaptability, balance between work and play. My efforts bring me joy. Play and work are not separate, because what I'm doing is actually fun. If conditions change, I can switch gears easily. I'm fully present in the excitement of creativity, and I am eager to experience the surprises that occur when seeds I have planted take root, sprout, and develop in unexpected ways. This is a time for flexibility and trust in how the universe will shape what is coming into being. One way or another, my dreams manifest in the material world. So for some of you, this could be, a work project that you're working on with the conjunction to Uranus in your second house and money, and that's what the new beginning is. But the fact that it says balance between work and play, it could be that you're just going out and socializing, because you're learning, and maybe you're thinking a bit differently about how you need to spend your spare time. Maybe Saturn moving into your first is going to teach you that you need to actually look after your energy, and working all the time is not good for your health. You have to have that time out. You have to have that time where you go and enjoy yourself. And so maybe the new moon in your third house is playing into this story for you. So let me know in the comments, Aries, if that resonates, and let me know what's happened in your third house. Are you off somewhere? Are you learning? Are you teaching? What's going on? Let me know. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, you are experiencing a new moon in your second house. This is about your finances, your values and your resources, also your self-worth. Gemini is obviously an active air sign, so maybe there's a new idea here around how you can make money, a new opportunity. Maybe somebody is coming to you and saying, okay, would you like to do this? Would you like to be an affiliate? Would you like to work on social media? Would you like to sell this for us? Would you, there's a new beginning here, or a new opportunity for making money. Now it is Gemini. You can be weighing up the pros and cons. It doesn't mean you have to take it, but something can come to you under this new moon. And most likely it's going to be a new stream of income, a new form of income, or it could be just a conversation. Because Mercury's here, it's like maybe you're having a conversation about what you value, a conversation about your resources, a conversation about what's important to you. Now, the trine to Pluto in your 10th house of career could be a new way that you're being seen by the public. So this new opportunity can affect your public image. Maybe you're being seen as somebody different because of this new financial opportunity that's coming to you. You've had Jupiter in your second house. So your finances have been improving over the past year. And interestingly, Jupiter's actually going to move into your third, bringing more kind of Gemini themes to you of writing, communicating, connecting, social media vibes. So that's brewing. But this new moon there's an opportunity or a conversation, or maybe you're getting organized about your finances in some way, because Mercury's here. Mercury likes to be detail orientated and be organized. So it can be that you're getting your finances in order. And with the sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 12th house, maybe this is something that is stirring behind the scenes, or a new beginning financially that is going to affect or has something to do with like spiritual work or energetic work, that's also possible. But just be open to the ideas that are coming out, Taurus. Like if you're having ideas come to you under this, write them down. Write them down, because there's maybe more than one idea. It might be that things are coming to you, or you're just mentally active about how you can make money. So write your ideas down, journal on it until you get kind of a bit more clarity around what it is that you really want to be doing. Oh, you got the World card. Cool. World View. This is a major arcana card. I haven't had this one for a while. I'm going to read you the positive affirmation. So it's all about perspective. I'm being called to shift my perspective on my life now. So this is where the values come in, because the second house is our values and what's truly important to us. Maybe you're being asked to really think about what's truly important to you and what you value in your life right now, because this card's come out. When I remember I am first and foremost an immortal soul experiencing life as a human being, I have no fear. I can clearly see that I am a powerful co-creator in a divine partnership with spirit. Aligning myself with spirit, remaining unattached to outcomes, I am a conduit for miracles. So this is really actually asking you to, maybe you've been overthinking, Taurus. If you've been overthinking about stuff at the moment, this card and this new moon is asking you. Gemini doesn't really see the bigger picture, but this card is asking you to see the bigger picture. So I'm telling you from pulling this card, if you have been overthinking about stuff, what's important to you, what you have, but in a very materialistic kind of way, the bigger picture is everything. And you are a spiritual being, and your goals will come into fruition, but that is not the be all and end all, okay? And that's just kind of a message that feel like I need to give to you under this new moon. So if you've been overthinking, try and see the bigger picture. Try and zoom out and know that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. And I'll take my own advice on that one. So let me know, Taurus, what's been happening under this new moon? Have you had any opportunities? How's your mental health been? What are your values saying? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. So this new moon is obviously all about you. It's in your sign. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling more anxious than you usually do? Or, is this heightening it for you? So a new moon in your sign can be connected to any aspect of your life. When we have full moons and new moons in the first house, yes, the first house is our physical body, it's identity, it's you. So anything to do with any aspect of your life can actually show up in the first house. Now, it can be that you are traveling somewhere because Mercury's here too. Maybe you're going on a local trip. Maybe you are learning something. Maybe you are thinking about the person that you want to be, or having conversations about the person you want to be. Maybe there's a new opportunity coming to you. Maybe there's an opportunity for travel with this trying to Jupiter in your 9th house. Maybe you're thinking about your beliefs. Maybe you're thinking about where you want to go, how you've had a lot going on in your 10th house of career, Gemini, and your reputation. So maybe it's connected to that. It could be connected to your goals with the sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the 11th. Where am I moving to? What am I striving for? And there can be a new opportunity. There can be two opportunities because, let's face it, you are the sign of duality. You've still got Jupiter in your first house. This is the last new moon with Jupiter in your first house. So whatever opportunities are coming to you over the next 2 weeks, over the next 6 months, really consider taking them. Again, so Mercury is, is connected to contracts. It's connected to learning. Could be that you want to learn something new, especially with this trine to Jupiter. Expand your mind, expand your wisdom. Go a bit, I would say deeper, but let's face it, you guys don't want to go deep. But just expanding your wisdom a bit, you can find under this new moon energy that you are being called to, like that first tarot card said, if you watch the intro, to change your perspective on something. Always, you guys are curious anyway. You're always learning, and this is beautiful. And this is a beautiful new moon for you to be learning something new. So something could happen this week where you get an opportunity involving contracts, involving communication, involving travel, involving learning. There could be a new opportunity for either your health or your routines or your work as well, because Mercury that rules this also rules your 6th house no, it doesn't, sorry, your fourth house. Ignore that bit, sorry. It also rules your fourth house. So the new opportunity could be associated to your home, your living, your inner emotional world, what's going on behind closed doors, you know, traveling with family, traveling with loved ones, an opportunity to move home or change something within your home environment. And it's directly connected to information because of that Mercury piece, and maybe something that's coming out of the blue as well because of the conjunction to Uranus, and something to do with your goals. I'm repeating myself now, but this is an important new moon for you guys, so you're going to have to let me know what's been going on. You guys get the 9 of fire. Okay, so there could be that you've been having too much going on. Let me read you the positive affirmation for this card. So, because the 9 of fire is about caution, uncertainty, reevaluating circumstances. So it says, I need to stop, wait, and look around me before proceeding further. My sense of uncertainty is my inner wisdom telling me to bring illumination to my situation, to allow insights to arise and guide me before I take my next step. Questioning is good. I will look carefully to see if a different path may be right for me at this point. So it does look like for some of you, and that card won't be relevant for all of you, by the way, but if it is speaking to you, then actually maybe you are at a crossroads, and maybe you have got to weigh up your options before this new beginning can begin. But whatever this is, there's a lot of support here from the outer planets, but it can just be perhaps you have got two choices. Again, it's that Gemini piece and you don't know which one to take, and there's a new beginning brewing. So just go slowly, I would say. You know, Saturn's now into Aries, so there can be an impulsivity to move towards our goals. We want to go quick, but we're learning with Saturn in Aries to go slow, to take our time, to not rush into anything. And so you guys need to be weighing up the options, which I'm sure you will, before making a decision. So let me know, Gemini, what's been going on? What opportunities are you having coming to you? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You are experiencing this new moon in Gemini in your 12th house. Not the easiest transit. As a Cancer rising myself, I can confirm. Gemini season for us is a bit rubbish, to be honest. When you have planets moving through the 12th house, you can feel off. Your energy can feel off. You can feel like you're in your head a lot because Gemini is an air sign. So at the moment, especially under this new moon energy, if you are overthinking, if you feel like your mental health is struggling a little bit, then just know that it's Gemini season and this new moon is kind of highlighting that. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything really, really drastically wrong with you. You know, mental health is all about how we feel, and what we can do to improve how we feel mentally. What are the things that you know are self-sabotaging behaviors? You know, are you scrolling too much on your phone? Are you sitting on your phone and taking on too much information that's not making you feel good? This new moon is going to maybe highlight that in some way, or there's going to be a new beginning for you around your mental health. Maybe you're just really thinking, okay, how do I feel? Why do I feel like this? And there's lots of mental activity around your emotions, the moon right now. Mercury is here. So again, it's that piece of, it's like kind of like putting emphasis on how do I feel? Why do I feel like that? And some of you might just simply be focusing on your mental health. What's good for you? What can you do to bring you joy? What can you do to improvement? And there's just more emphasis on that. Now, this is also the house of spirituality and energy work and solitude. So there can be a new beginning for some of you around these things. It can be that you're starting a new spiritual practice. Maybe you're learning a course. You know, maybe you're taking a Reiki course or a sound healing course, or you're doing a breath work session. Breath work, singing, meditation, journaling, anything to do with the lungs or writing is really good for this energy. You could be writing something behind the scenes. You can be, especially because Mercury rules your third house. So yes, you could be writing a blog. You could be dealing with social media matters. There can be a new beginning coming to you in terms of in the community, a new beginning in the community, a new beginning for writing, a new beginning for social media stuff that's brewing behind the scenes. Someone's having a conversation with you, somebody's offering you an opportunity. All of these things are possible. Or energy work, or you know, you're going to a new spiritualist church. Maybe you're traveling somewhere far away. The 12th house is far away travel, and Gemini is all about curiosity. Maybe you're planning on traveling far away, or you're fantasizing about traveling far away. Dreams may be prominent. People may speak to you in your dreams. You can struggle a bit to sleep around this time, actually, because Mercury's here. So you might just be getting flashes of insight at 2 a.m. when you're trying to sleep and you're getting ideas come to you. That's also possible. But just know that Jupiter is nearly finished in your sign, guys. It's in your 12th house before it moves into your sign. So good things are coming, and Jupiter has actually been preparing your 12th house. You've been releasing, you've been healing, you've been letting something go, or just been in a time of, some of you in a time of releasing pain, working on yourself inwardly, maybe even subconsciously, and then you're gonna be the butterfly that comes out of this cocoon. But just speaking on this new moon, trining Pluto in your 8th, again, going back to that piece of working on yourself. Why do I feel like this? Pluto in your 8th house is excavating your psychological matters. How do I feel? Why do I behave like this? This is a beautiful new moon in terms of doing the work. This is personal development. Sextile to Saturn in the 10th. Some of you, yes, there could be an opportunity. So watch what happens over the next few weeks around opportunities of learning spiritual, what's the word I'm thinking of? Spiritual work that actually could be to do with your career, because the sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 10th, there's going to be some career changes. So there can be something brewing behind the scenes that is connected to this. So do watch out what happens for that. And I hope you guys are okay. You need to be looking after yourself when you have 12th house transits, and making sure that you're spending enough time recuperating, recharging, and focusing on your energy. So Cancer, I'm now going to pull a tarot card for you guys. Okay, you get the 8 of Fire. Okay, this is encouraging. We love fire cards. So this is gathering momentum, celebrating swift changes, travel and transformation. Momentum is building as the power of spirit serves to power this transformation. I am traveling to new territories and I am eager to experience all that these lands have to offer. I have arrived at my destination and now the adventure of discovery is energizing me. So that's really positive. You are gathering momentum. Things are brewing behind the scenes, even if it doesn't always feel like it. So let me know, Cancer, how is this new moon playing out for you? How are you feeling? This is also a very psychic energy, so you can really tap into your intuition around this time. So let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Leo, Sun, Moon and Rising. This new moon is happening in your 11th house. It's a really positive new moon. This is something brewing, a new opportunity to do with your friendships, your goals for the future, and any organizations you're a part of. This is also speaks towards humanitarian projects. So things like charity work can come under this. So it could be that you're signing up to do a charity run. So definitely, like, think about what's happened over the past week, the week leading up to this. I'm thinking of a friend actually who I know has done this exact thing. She's signed up to do a charity run. 11th house is any kind of humanitarian projects. Mercury is obviously contracts and social media and emails and writing and all that kind of stuff. So when we're working online, we're doing things with Mercury. Could be a new beginning here in terms of your friendship group, a conversation with a friend. Maybe you and a friend are planning a trip. You're planning on going somewhere, especially with the trine to Pluto in your 7th house. It could be that you and your best friend are planning to go somewhere. It could be a new beginning for you in terms of an organization that you work for. If you work in a large organization or if you work on the internet, there can be opportunities coming to you. So someone can invite you to become an affiliate or join network marketing, something like that. There can be an online opportunity being presented to you, an online contract, something where you're working with people. There could be a new beginning for you in terms of like a new group. It could be that you're joining maybe a new gym, or you're joining a new book club, or you're joining a new murder mystery group. I don't know, something where you're being curious and you're learning and you're taking on information, and it's involving a group of people. With the sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 9th, maybe you're planning on traveling somewhere, or you're planning on something adventurous with friends. There's a new piece for you around your social connections, and it's something positive. Something positive is brewing for you, Leo. So You'll have to let me know, what opportunities have been coming to you. Jupiter is still in your 11th house of networking, so definitely potential for, networking, branching out within groups, being, influential online in some way. I loved your ass. You guys get the Two of Fire. So again, and more, there's a lot of fire cards going on here. You guys things are brewing, the creativity is brewing today. So creative planning for the future. Okay, so that's what we didn't also mention. The 11th house is your future goals. And what that line could not be more accurate for the 11th house. Creative planning for the future. Organizing stuff for the future. What are my goals? Thinking about your goals, talking about your goals, maybe overthinking about your goals. Where am I headed? What is my future? What is my destiny? What are my aspirations? Where am I moving to? And all of this overthinking can definitely come from this new moon in the 11th house. Mapping progress, trusting in the unknown, and spirit-inspired ambition. Whenever I can't see how my dreams will coalesce into form, I can trust in the process of co-creation and engage more deeply in the process of envisioning something new. I have already started to make progress, and soon my passion will attract the perfect situation for me. The light of spirit helps me to see my way and feel the universe aligning to bring me what I need. So this is a very positive card. It's suggesting that you have aspirations, you have goals, and things are brewing and things are kind of in the making. So that's really positive, Leo. Let me know what's been going on today, this week. What do you think this is for you? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. This new moon in Gemini is in your 10th house of your career, your public image, your reputation, and your parents. So now this is interesting because I want to know, Virgo, what has been going on for you? Have any of you actually changed careers since Jupiter has been in Gemini? Because, we keep saying to you, new opportunities are coming to you within your career. This is the last new moon while Jupiter is in your sign. So this could be the last chance or the start of it, because remember, it is going to turn into a full moon. So actually something within the next 6 months really could happen for your career if you want to see a change. So for some of you, this is a new promotion, it's a new contract, you're signing a new role, you are applying for jobs. But the new moon itself, I don't know if you just heard that meow, that's my cat, hold on. Honestly, having cats is like worse than having children. So something, you could potentially be signing a contract at work in order to climb up the ladder, or you are researching, because of the Mercury piece, you are researching new jobs. You are, you're on Indeed, you're on job search, and you are looking for jobs. And there's potential here for you to find one because of the trine to Pluto in your 6th house. So much potential here for this new moon. It's also sextiling, like I said earlier, Saturn and Neptune in your 8th house. So there can be, maybe there's a new job and it's got something to do with finance or other people's money, or it's just bringing you a form of transformation. Now, if it's not a new job, like say you're happy in your job and you don't want a new job, there's a new beginning here for your goals. Your goals. What goals are you working towards? The 10th house is our goals and our status. Discussing your goals, talking about your goals, having a breakthrough with your health when it comes to your goals and what you're working towards. Maybe having to have those intimate conversations with a partner about your goals, about what you're working towards. The 10th house is your status. So for some of you, this could be a marriage, because Mercury rules contracts. You're signing something. You can be signing something that's changing your status. So for some of you, yes, you can be getting married under this. We're coming into wedding season. For a lot of you, that could be true. Brilliant. But, and even if you're retired, the 10th house is what you're working towards. So if you don't have a job anymore, what are you working towards now? Are you telling yourself you want to read 3 books a week? It is the sign of Gemini. Are you telling yourself you want to get out in the community more? Are you, maybe you're wanting to go and do some volunteer work in the community, and this could be the start of something, or you're thinking about it. Mercury here is we're thinking, we're talking, our thought processes are changing. In the sign of Gemini, we're open to ideas. So ideas around your goals can be coming to you. But please do let me know. Yeah, I just want to know if this Jupiter in Gemini has actually been beneficial for for you, Virgo, if you have wanted to change your goals, because Jupiter is obviously in its detriment in Gemini. So is it that there's ideas around changing, but no changes have actually been made? Your tarot card's fallen down. So we're just going to pick that up. Okay, so you guys get the Messenger of Water. Oh God, I love these cards so much. Look how beautiful it is. I don't know if it will focus, but... So the water cards are the same as the cups. I'm going to read the positive affirmation for you. Can't actually remember what this one is. And that's just me being typical, honest Taurus. Messenger of Water. Did I want to say anything else about this new moon before we move on? Change in status, reputation. Oh, this is also the house of parents, by the way. So you can actually be, there could be a new beginning for you, for your parents, or you're overthinking things to do with your parents. You want to have a conversation with your parents. You are having a conversation with your parents, or there's this piece of overthinking and conversation, and there's something to do with parents for some of you. So Messenger of Water, romantic attraction, chivalry and admiration, seeing the best in others, heightened emotional awareness, a call to fall in love with yourself. I need to look for the best in others and honour it, even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and a knowledge that I am a part of all love, which takes many forms, which each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. There is no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear when I am love, and love flows to me powerfully. Okay, that's a bit of a weird card for this. Heightened emotional awareness, a call to fall in love with yourself. So I just feel like maybe that is Virgos. You know, you guys are hard on yourself, and although this new moon is in your goals and what you're working towards, maybe it means that you are being too hard on yourself. It could have something to do with work. It could have something to do with how you feel at work, but you're being asked to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you will attract the perfect career, the perfect situation for you. And that is just what I get from that card. It's more about how you feel about yourself is then going to reflect the opportunities that you attract to you. So if that is relevant for you in some way, then take it. Let me know what's been going on for you under this new moon, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Libra, sun, moon and rising. This is a new moon, a very friendly new moon for you actually. It's trining you, it's in the house of adventure and fun. We love to see this. This is a new beginning for you, possibly around your beliefs or what you're learning, what you're studying, or some information that you're putting out there. So for some of you, you are taking a course, you're learning a course, you're publishing something, you're finishing something up. New moons can also be endings as well, because obviously if you finish something, you're starting something new. So it can be that you've published or broadcasted something. Broadcasting can be anything. Like it can be that you're on TV, you're on YouTube, you are broadcasting information in some way. So it can be that you've been working on a project that you are broadcasting. It can be a written project in the sign of Gemini. But it could be that you're learning and studying something as well. A new moon here can be something to do with legal matters. Maybe you're signing a contract. Maybe you're changing your passport. Maybe you are signing a birth certificate. Maybe you're registering a birth. Maybe you're registering a death. You know, you're dealing with the legal matters. It could be legal matters to do with a car. It could be that you are filling out a logbook. It could just be something as simple as that. It's trining Pluto in the 5th, so that it can have something to do with children. Again, it could be registering a birth, children, education, creativity stuff can be linked here. What you're creating versus what you're teaching. There's this trine from Pluto in your 5th house, and Pluto in the 5th is, you know, are you becoming a parent? Is your child having transformations? What are you creating? What are you expressing yourself? So maybe you are learning something to do with your business, or to do with how you express yourself, to do with fun and hobbies. And that could be what the new beginning is. You're learning something. So for example, if you have an aesthetics business, it could be that you're doing a course to learn more about a treatment that you're providing. That is definitely possible for some of you. Traveling. A lot of you're going to be traveling under this. You know, you're going on holiday and having fun, trying to Pluto. It's going to be a good holiday. This is a beautiful new moon. Sextile to Saturn and Neptune. You are going on holiday with another person. You're going to have a really nice time with the support from Saturn and Neptune in your 7th house. Maybe you're going with a best friend. Maybe you're going with a partner. You could be traveling somewhere. under this ninth house. You could be learning a language. You could be, just expanding your mind. But this is also the house of beliefs. So there could be a new beginning here for you around what you believe in. You could be learning something. You could be expanding your mind. Gemini is about learning, and the ninth house is about our worldview and thinking and seeing the bigger picture. Ninth house is wisdom. It is opening your mind to other opportunities, and Gemini is about learning lots of different things. So you're somebody that is going to have a curious mind as it is, and the new beginning here could suggest, maybe you're wanting to learn more about spirituality. Maybe you've joined a religion and you're learning more about it, and you're visiting a church, you're going to a mass or something, I don't know, but your beliefs could be changing. Could be learning about astrology, studying astrology under this. Definitely. You guys get the Ace of Earth, so I think for a lot of you something is brewing here around money. So maybe a lot of you're doing a course and it's going to benefit you financially. I'm going to read you the positive affirmation for this card, if we can find the Ace, which is here. So prosperity in its purest form, concrete results in the physical world, abundance can manifest. I recognize that many forms of abundance and plenty, and I align myself with success. I can generate gold from the resources I have at my fingertips. I make an impact. The essence of prosperity is taking form in the material world. So, like I said, something's happening here and it's going to benefit you financially. So if there is a new opportunity coming and you're watching this and you're thinking, should I take it? I think that card would suggest that you should, because there's potential that you can kind of make something financial out of it. So and this is a positive new moon. So good luck with that, Libra. Let me know if that resonates. Let me know what's going on, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. So Scorpio. New moon in the sign of Gemini. This is the Scorpio house. You are familiar with this energy, but it is a new moon that doesn't really see you. The sign Gemini doesn't really see you. So something can need to be worked out here. But really, this could be anything to do with your own personal development. So the 8th house is our psychology. Gemini suggests that you are curious about your own psychology, which we know that you are anyway, for the most part, depending on your own personal placements. But it can be a new you could be the start of a new transformation. You could be deciding that you are going to learn something new. You are going to study. You are going to therapy. You are diving deep into the realms of your psyche. You are learning about your behavior. There could be an opportunity for tarot, for astrology, for any kind of divination. There could be a new opportunity to learn it or become involved in it. And with the trine to Pluto in your 4th, this is quite literally going to transform who you are inside. There can also be a new beginning here for your intimacy. So if you have a partner, an important conversation, maybe you and your partner are traveling somewhere, maybe you're signing a contract together, maybe you're signing a mortgage. Definitely possible with the trine to Pluto in your 4th. Some of you could be signing a mortgage, taking out a mortgage. Definitely I see that, because you've got Jupiter here as well, which is bringing you abundance financially in your joint finances. Mercury's coming along, which is contracts. Trining Pluto in your 4th house, which is where you live. Sextile to Saturn and Neptune in the 6th, which is encouraging you to work hard to become sextile to Saturn. There's an element of responsibility here, and your dreams are coming true. Sextile to Neptune. Let me know if you're watching this and you're buying a house, please, under this energy, because I can see that for a lot of you, which is super exciting. The 8th house is joint resources in general. So it can also be, you're clearing off debts, a partner's lending you some money, or there's a positive experience around joint resources here. There is, it's the conjunction to Uranus, so some sort of breakthrough. It can be an inheritance payout. Maybe you're winning some money. Maybe you are winning some money. So it's financial for some of you. For others, it's psychological. It can feel very heavy though. This is still, I feel anxious. I'm focusing on mental health. I'm focusing on my behavior. because Gemini energy can be a bit erratic, and I mentioned in the intro about overthinking, that you guys can be part of that, because this is a very sensitive part of your chart. So even though there can be something positive happening with your finances and with your own self-transformation, at the same time the energy can feel like deep and intense. Okay, again, this is also intimacy, so it can be that you and your partner are having an important conversation or an important breakthrough when it comes to intimate matters. You guys get the moon. Wow, haven't had the moon card for so long. Okay, emotional one then. Let's just see what this positive affirmation says. Okay, so this is illusion. I may not see the workings of spirit in the invisible realms, but I know there is great activity behind the scenes. It's important to trust the mystery and remember that material realm is an illusion. Current conditions are not necessarily a reflection of the truth of what's really going on in the present. Great opportunities lie in the shadows, awaiting the perfect time for illumination. So this is the house that is deep and dark and taboo. And I didn't mention the fact that this is the house of death. So because it's a positive new moon, I haven't really want to put emphasis on that, but for some of you, you could be associated with the topics of death because it's the 8th house. Maybe having to have conversations about death, being just addressing or thinking about topics of death in some way. And this card, it's about illusion. It's about knowing and trusting that things are going on. This is the house of healing and the house of letting go. So if you are going through some sort of crisis, just know that spirit is with you and everything is always working out as it's supposed to. I feel like this card is asking you to focus on your spirituality and having faith. And so that's going to be relevant for some of you, not all of you, but I'm giving that to you, Scorpio. So let me know if that resonates at all, what's going on, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Okay, this is a new moon in your 7th house of your relationship. So this is all relationships in your life, one-on-one. So it can be a relationship with your best friend, a relationship with your child, with your sibling, with your parent, of course, your romantic relationships as well, but it can also be your business partner, your doctor, your therapist, your physician, anyone that you have those one-on-one connections. So Gemini is about curiosity and learning. Maybe you and a partner are planning on traveling somewhere. Maybe you and a best friend are planning on going somewhere. Maybe you and a son are going to the cinema. Maybe you and your friend are going to a book club. This is about curiosity and doing something with a person, traveling somewhere, going to the local neighborhood, going to a book club, going to the theater. You're doing something with another person. You could be having a doctor's appointment. It could be something as simple as that. With the trine to Pluto in your 3rd, you could be meeting up with your siblings. You could be meeting up with cousins, aunts, uncles, all of that kind of stuff. Doing something fun with the sextile to Saturn in your 5th house. It's all about, putting a structured plan in place around fun, having fun. And Saturn is going to be moving through this house for you over the next couple of years, and you're going to be focused on, going to be having a reality check around actually what do I do for fun, but at the same time you're going to be learning to set some goals in that area as well, and actually think, okay, what do I do for fun? How can I get myself out there a bit more? And just becoming more responsible when it comes to your joy. And the new moon in the 7th house here is like maybe the start of that. You and a partner are going to do something. You and your partner could be having a conversation. You and your partner could be having some sort of an appointment, or you're signing a contract. Signing a contract could be very relevant for a lot of you. If you are in a romantic relationship, Jupiter has been moving. I want to say Jupiter's been moving through this house and bringing you abundance, but Jupiter is also about having faith. And in the sign of Gemini, where it is in its detriment, it's like maybe you've been seeing things in too much of a positive light, and in some way, and that's kind of counterproductive when it comes to Jupiter, because Jupiter does bring us abundance. But I'm just thinking about, I know there's some people in my life with this placement that have not been having luck in their romantic life, so it's almost like Jupiter here has been asking you to have faith, or you've been seeing things too positively, you've been too optimistic. The new moon here may involve part of that. Maybe you're having to have an important conversation with a partner, or, you know, Gemini is light-hearted. It can just be that you are traveling somewhere, like I said, traveling, doing something with a partner, signing a contract, overthinking things to do with the significant one-on-one relationships in your life. You're overthinking things. For some of you, there could be something health related with a conjunction to Uranus in your 6th. You know, maybe a medical appointment, something like that is definitely possible. But this new moon is being supported. So whatever's going on with you and a partner right now, and it could just be you and your best friend are planning on going on a trip, you know, this is going to brew into something positive. But there can be some overthinking involved. And you guys get the 7 of Fire. Another fire card. So there's a lot of creative energy going on here where we're all being encouraged to kind of go after our dreams and work on our goals and creations kind of thing. So it says personal best, going the distance, perseverance and non-conformity. I'm unstoppable. My passion pushes obstacles aside as I engage in sustained effort. I know how to bend, but I don't compromise on what's most important to me. If others aren't happy with the course I'm on, I don't have to let their concerns affect me. I release the temptation to resist challenges, and I trust that I can make things happen as I live life on my own terms. Inspired solutions present themselves. Okay. If others aren't happy in the course that I'm on, I don't have to let their concerns affect me. That can often be the case with the 7th house. It's other people's stuff. Other people can be influencing you. Even though you're Sag, you know, you tend to do what you want, but there can be an element of something happening in somebody else's life, or what they're saying is affecting you. That can be showing up for some of you. So just stick with you know, being authentic and being true to yourself, and you'll be fine. Let me know if that resonates, Sag. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising. There's a new moon here for you in your 6th house. This is a new beginning. This is something starting. It can be something kind of light-hearted around your 6th house. It could just be that you are starting a new project at work. Maybe you're really busy. Maybe you are having conversations with the people that you work with, or, you know, your colleagues. You are working on a creative project together, or you're working on getting something finished and finalizing the details of something. It could be that you are signing a contract, or you're reading a contract around your work, and it's got something to do with what you earn, your finances, with the trine to Pluto in your 2nd house of money. You know, maybe you have changed jobs and you've got a new contract coming to you, and so you're reading through the details, and, you know, it's affecting your money. It could have something to do with things going on in the home as well, with the sextile to Saturn. So maybe you're deciding to work from home more, and that's why your work could change, or your schedule could be changing. It could be that there's an adjustment or a new beginning around your schedules. What hours are you working? What time are you starting work? What time are you finishing work? And there's this whole repiecing or a new beginning around your schedules. Now, for some of you, it can be that you're doing a new health program. Maybe you're curious, or you're learning about your health. You're learning about what supplements are good for you. You're learning about, you know, there's a new fitness plan that you've signed up to. Maybe you've signed up to an app, a health app, you know, that counts your steps and tells you your macros and all that kind of stuff. Curiosity, Gemini, around your health, around what's good for you, and a new beginning here. Now, it could also be something to do with your pets, you know, learning, traveling for pets. Maybe you're getting a new pet and you're traveling to get them. Maybe you're taking out a new insurance plan for your pet with the Mercury piece here. Maybe you're traveling to the vets. Yeah, new pet is possible, or just learning about, you know, wanting to, you know, you're watching cat videos or something like that, and you're learning about your cat. I know that sounds really silly, but it could just be something as simple as that. So the 6th house is service, you know, it's also self-care. So understanding and learning, and maybe talking about how you can look after your health better, focusing on your routines, focusing on how you're of service to other people. This is also the people that work for you. So if you have people working under you, you know, conversations and contracts around people that work for you is possible as well. Studying something for work is possible. Maybe you're having to do some kind of, you know, you're continuing professional development. That kind of stuff is also possible. And with the conjunction to Uranus, you know, there can be something unexpected happening at work, or something to do with your children that's affecting your work or creative project. the start of a creative project or the end of a creative project is possible. Lots of different variations with this one. But you guys get the 7 of Earth. Wow, he's so beautiful, this man. Okay, another resources card, which makes sense because this is the house of Virgo. So I'm going to read you the positive affirmation. What are you building? What are you building? Opening to a new strategy, being at a crossroads and a decision to be made. As I reflect on my progress to date and see where I stand, I contemplate whether I want to continue singing the same song or change my tune. I'm always free to go back and to reimagine what I might co-create. If what I manifested does not serve me as I thought it might, I don't have to be afraid to admit it's no longer for me. Whatever I choose to do, I'm not afraid to start over, for I feel assured that Spirit will always support my highest good. So maybe there's a change in your work situation and actually you want a new job. It could be that you're searching for a new job. For some of you, you're not happy in your job, or maybe you thought you were and now you're not and you're changing your mind. And there's options. Gemini, you're weighing up options to do with your work and things that you're working on. Let me know, Capricorn, if that resonates. Let me know if has anything happened today. How is this new moon playing out for you? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. This new moon in Gemini is happening in your 5th house. This is your house associated with what you are creating, how you're expressing yourself, how you're having fun. This is romance, dating, love, and your children. So, Gemini here, you're getting curious and maybe you're learning or creating something. Maybe you're socializing for fun. So there could be a new beginning here. Maybe you're just meeting up with friends and you're socializing, you're doing a new fun hobby. You could be doing something involving your mind, you know, like an escape room or you know, a quiz, group quizzes. All of that kind of stuff can show up here, but it's something for fun. So they could just be that you're socializing. You could be creating something for your business. So you could be learning something new or just learning something about a current business around a project that you want to create. It can be that you're starting a new app or you're trying to work out how to use something that's going to benefit how you express yourself. You know, the 5th house is, yes, it's our business. If you don't have a business, it can just be, how do you have fun? Maybe you're traveling somewhere, you're doing, you know, maybe you're going to London, you're doing the Cube, or maybe not if you live in America or wherever you guys live, but you know, you're going to a local town or city and you're doing something fun, something curious, meeting up with people, meeting up with the friends. You are having fun under this transit. This is a sign that trines you, and it trines Pluto in your 1st house. This is about you transforming, you becoming a more authentic version of yourself. So maybe you're saying, right, this is how I want to go and have fun. I'm no longer listening to other people. I want to be me. I want to do this. I want to do this. And you're doing something for yourself. You're learning to express your creative talents. Maybe you're working with the hands. Maybe you're hairdressing, playing the piano, doing Reiki, something like that. And maybe you're learning something new or you're traveling to do these fun things. The 5th house is also children. So it can be that you are going to your children's sports day and you're socializing at your children's sports day and you're having conversations with other people there in the sign of Gemini. Or just, you know, there's a new beginning in your child's life. It's not always about you with the 5th house. It can be that your child is learning something new. Your child is doing something with their mind. Maybe they're doing their SATs or, you know, something like that. Exams kind of thing. Mercury is our contracts. So you can be signing things to do with children. So maybe it's things to do with schools, things to do with them going on school trips, mingling with children, creativity, children, fun. This is also the house of romance. Going on a date, definitely possible for some of you. Are you going on a date, or is your current partner taking you on a romantic date? Maybe you're having a date night and you're traveling somewhere. Maybe you and your partner are having an important conversation, or you're discussing something under this new moon, especially with the sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 3rd house. A lot of this can be about communication and saying how you feel. Maybe you're overthinking things to do with a romantic partner. That's very possible under this energy, but you have got Jupiter here. So if you are single, this whole thing is definitely really good energy for you to bring a new partner to you. And if you have a current partner, getting on better with that partner, getting on better with your children, can be a new pregnancy or an appointment about a pregnancy, definitely for some of you. So Aquarius, I'm going to pull a card. Oh, you guys get the Messenger of Water as well. This is about self-love. When you love yourself, you attract people that love you. So if you are overthinking about a partner, or if things are happening with a partner, remember you have to love yourself, and then you will attract what you want from them. Let me just find the page first, would be good. Messenger of Water, romantic attraction, chivalry, admiration, seeing the best in others, heightened emotional awareness, and a call to fall in love with yourself. So for some of you, there's definitely a new romance going on here. Let me know if that's you guys. Give me the deets. I need to look for the best in others and honor it even when it seems a challenge to do so. My attractions stem from self-love and a knowledge that I'm part of all love, which takes many forms, each exquisite in its own way. I can have what I desire. Therefore, there is no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear when I love, and love flows into me powerfully. I can have what I desire. So there is an element of overthinking, but you need to focus on loving yourself, because there's heightened emotional awareness here. So for a lot of you, this will be like to do with romantic partners, but not all of you. So let me know in the comments, Aquarius, how's this playing out for you? And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. This new moon is happening in your 4th house. This is a very sensitive part of the chart, Pisces, but you're used to sensitivity because, let's face it, you are you. Okay, a new moon here is going to be sensitive, and there can be a lot of overthinking here. This is the house of your emotion, so you may find under this new moon that your emotions are really being stirred up and you're thinking about them a lot, because Gemini, you're thinking about your emotions a lot. You can be overthinking, you can feel kind of emotionally overwhelmed under this energy, definitely, especially with the conjunction to Uranus, you know, really kind of emotionally erratic, possibly for some of you. Now there can be an important conversation with a family member, and in conversation about a family member, you can be overthinking stuff to do with your family, to do with your home. You can be curious about something. You could be wanting to learn something about yourself. Maybe you're wanting to learn about your feelings. Maybe you're wanting to learn about your past. Maybe you're talking about your past. Now, Mercury also rules your 7th house of relationships. So it could tie in a romantic partner, it could tie in a one-on-one relationship, and it's suggesting an important conversation about your home and about how you feel under this energy. Okay, and so talking about your feelings is going to be best for you, Pisces. Do not go into your dream world and pretend everything's fine. Do not head for escapism and head for the bottle and whatever you like to do. You have to talk about your feelings. Gemini on the 4th house. Mercury's here, so important. Like, I'm just going to keep repeating myself. Important conversations. Go deeper. How do you really feel on the inside? And these conversations are going to be important for some reason. Now, it could be that you're traveling somewhere with a family member, or a family member's coming to visit you. It could be that you are discussing things within the home. There could be something changing within the home. It can be that you're thinking, right, well, should we paint this wall, this wall, or this wall, this wall, this wall, this colour, or this wall, this colour? What should we do in the garden? You know, overthinking about home stuff. Some of you, it can be, you know, a new contract. Some of you, it can be a house move. Mercury's here. This is contracts. This is, you know, traveling around. So yes, some of you, it can be that you are moving house. You are leaving home. That's also possible. Any changes within the home are possible under a new moon, especially conjunct Uranus, but it's usually something out of the blue, conjunct Uranus. So it can just be like a sudden argument, sudden discussion. But the new moon itself is positively aspected. It's trining Pluto in your 12th house. Conversations about how you self-sabotage. Conversations about how you escape. Conversations about things that you need to bring up from your subconscious. This is very much speaking towards you, talking about how you feel and trying to heal. You're trying to heal something, and that card, what flew all the way over there, hold on one second. Yeah, very emotional one for you guys. Now, 2 of cards flew out. I'm going to read the one that was turned over, but you also got the patience card, so I just feel like you need to learn to be patient with yourself. And I'm going to read you the message, the messenger of air, because I feel like this is, you're in your head and it's a Gemini new moon. So messenger of air, maybe a new beginning, a new way of thinking could be beneficial to some of you. So opinions informed by experience, adherence to dogma, allegiance to a way of thinking or acting, a learned response, subconscious programming, and swift reactions or responses. I need to broaden my perspective. I'm reacting to a situation from my past. I have to think about whether I want to do things the old way or respond differently this time. I can adapt a new way of thinking and behaving. If I am swift and move quickly, ensuring my actions are for the highest good, positive outcomes are assured. So I really feel like that's speaking towards Pluto in your 12th house, like the trine with Pluto in your 12th house. How are you self-sabotaging and doing things and responding to things in a way that you used to do, and now this is your automatic response? How can you change this up? How can you behave differently? How can you react differently? Because if you do the things that you've always done, then you're not growing and you're not going to get a different result. You're always going to be stuck in that sense of escapism or self-sabotage or self-undoing, and that's what you want to get away from. And that's what Pluto moving through your 12th house is going to help you transform. The new moon in your 4th is like, okay, this is how I feel. I need to talk about how I feel and I need to behave differently. Sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 2nd, something about your home or your environment and you having to, and your emotions and talking about them, and you having to become more responsible about talking about your emotions. Saturn is here. It wants you to, it hasn't finished your first house transit yet. It's been asking you to grow up and mature. And moving into your 2nd, there's going to be a realization and a reality check around what's important to you, what you value. And this isn't just about money. It's like what you value in your life, what's important to you. And this new moon, because it's sextiling it, maybe something is happening and it's helping you grow those solid foundations in your 4th house of your home and your family, because of you're having a realization about what it is important to you under this new moon. Okay. And you're going to grow from that. And the new moon is positive in general. So actually it's going to blossom into something over the next 2 weeks, over the next 6 months. So just hang in there, Pisces. Whatever you've been going through, this is a bit of a gnarly one in your 4th house. But let me know if that resonates. Let me know what's been going on for you under this new moon in Gemini. Remember, you can always journal, and I would really encourage you to journal, to breath work, to meditate, to sing under a Gemini new moon if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the energies. Please give this video a like, thumbs up, drop a comment, and a subscribe if you got value from this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love. Bye.